Hi, this is a collective reading for the Scorpio full moon, which is going to occur on or about May 7th, 2020. Today, I'm recording this video, it's May 3rd, 2020. However, tarot time is fluid. We're all on different timelines. If you happen to scroll upon this reading and it resonates for you at that time and it's at a later date, then the message can be for you. And since the beginning of May, we have been experiencing Venus in its shadow period before it goes full retrograde on May 13th. It's retrograding in the sign of Gemini. This is definitely going to be a full moon that's going to be impacted by this Venus retrograde. Venus also is pairing with Neptune since the beginning of May, and tomorrow it will aspect Mercury, but you may have felt kind of in a dreamy phase. There may be a bit of an air of wonderment when it comes to romance and whimsical feelings, and when Mercury comes to roost tomorrow, there may be maybe a sharp hit of reality in some regard. Also, with Venus retrograding in Gemini and with the Sun currently in Taurus that rules the throat chakra, there's going to be a need to express. There's going to be a need to feel understood around this full moon. Pluto is also going Pluto is also retrograde, and with Pluto also being the ruling planet of Scorpio, this is going to be a very impactful moon. It could usher in some sudden endings. Pluto often can be about sudden revelations, especially with it aspecting Mercury. Saturn is also about to go retrograde, as well as Jupiter. These all can signal in some times of change that can be unexpected and difficult to deal with. But it also is about kind of a cleansing and letting old parts of ourselves die off, like the archetype of Scorpio, which Pluto is Scorpio's ruler. A scorpion sheds a skin.
Welcome, I'm the Esoteric Nashvillian. This is a collective reading for the full moon in Scorpio, which is going to occur on or about May 7th, 2020. However, that's just the intention of the reading. Tarot time is fluid. If a message resonates for you, then it's intended for you at that time. As far as the story, this could be energy in and around you. It could be people that you're just connected to, or the roles could be reversed in this scenario. With this full moon phase, full moons are generally a time when things come to a culmination. Pluto is also retrograding at the same time. Venus is in its pre-shadow, about to go full retro on May 13th. And there is a definite sense of clarity and realizing the parts of yourself over maybe the last decade or the last 5 to 6 years have died away, and they're no longer, it's a part of your story, but it's no longer a part of your identity anymore. And that really speaks to the archetype of Scorpio, which is death and rebirth. Pluto also rules Scorpio, which is the planet of death and the underworld. The veil is thin right now. If you're sensitive to paranormal activity, that's definitely something that is going to be more enhanced. There's definitely, I feel like for me, a recognition of the parts of myself that no longer resonate with my identity, or kind of, Saturn is also about to go retrograde, and I am kind of identifying the areas where I have let something control me, or recognizing where I need to take more control in my life, and maybe this idea that there is a control there that really isn't. Like, I'm in the driver's seat, and a sense of empowerment, major solar plexus type of energy. But so we have the star, moon, and the honeybee. The honeybee is about kind of the bees in a hive working together towards a collective purpose. This is kind of about the collective energy, kind of figuring out where we fit into the collective cog in the wheel, or what cog of the collective wheel that we fit into when working together. This card also can represent spirituality or connected to higher self. The moon can be about, I'm trying to get that glare off there, deception. It can be about, I'm really, for me, and this also speaks to Scorpio energy. The sun is in Taurus right now, which is Taurus and Scorpio are natural pairs, and a lot of the connection between Taurus and Scorpio energy is Taurus is a very sensory driven energy, and Scorpio is too. They can be, you know, they can love each other's company because they want to have all the sex and eat all the food and do all the sensory fun things. And I'm almost feeling like there's a recognition of a past behavior or the source of it, or a past behavior trying to resurface, or this could also be just kind of coming to terms with a false truth that you held of yourself. Maybe a lie that you told yourself that you're not capable of something, or an identity, an aspect of yourself that you identified with that you don't anymore. And then the star also is similar to the star in the tarot deck. It is also representative of getting recognition. You've hit a milestone of, I've been doing the work, I'm in a place in my journey. I see sprouts from the seeds that I've sown. I see areas I've grown, and I see milestones I've reached, and feeling acknowledged for that. And it's just a very healing, positive energy, and it's kind of about appreciation, reward. I'm gonna pull more from my Shadow Moon Tarot deck. I don't know why the name suddenly escaped me. Moon Power Tarot deck. Ooh, okay. I normally don't take cards like that, but they just kind of fell into my hand. The moon is similar to the moon and the Hollow Valley deck of symbols that I was reading from before. It can be about difficult truths being revealed. There was an aspect between Pluto and Mercury earlier in the week that is about revealing difficult truths. And Pluto also is kind of an energy, and also Scorpio is also an energy of bringing to the light which we're wanting to be hidden, what's done in the moonlight. And moon energy is very representative of that. So maybe there's been a harsh truth with yourself that you've realized recently that you're coming to terms with, or something in your environment, or realizing that you've reached a milestone with yourself and there's an identity or a phase or a shell of yourself or an area of yourself that's over. And then the devil is about codependency. This is about deep, it can also signify just really deep connection and really have just deep connection or heavy connection, or feeling kind of bound and chained to someone. The devil can represent addiction. In the traditional tarot deck, this is just kind of an image of the devil. In the traditional tarot deck, you see the lovers that are chained together by chains that they can easily remove. It's kind of it's almost like an imaginary bond in some ways, or you're free to leave at any time. And with this, I'm feeling like there's something that's needing to end or coming to an end that you feel very attached to, or you're holding on with the skin of your teeth, and it's time to let it go. And it also could involve a Capricorn. The moon is also about uncovering lies, or maybe there's some realizations involving a Capricorn or something that occurred in Capricorn season. The Fool can represent Aries, but the Fool is the ultimate new beginning, just starting over. And the next card that came out, it's on my lap, sorry, is the Four of Wands, which is about stability. I can't talk. The Sun's in Taurus right now, and also Mercury's in Taurus, and Taurus rules the throat chakra. So I don't know. I think that's why I'm suddenly having issues speaking. This is the Four of Wands. It's a celebratory energy. It signifies stability, and this is the Fool, which is the ultimate new beginning. And the Fool travels lightly. He enters a new phase and tries not to carry the baggage of the past, and letting something that, yes, it may be difficult and you feel deeply connected to, or there's some phase of yourself that you have to let go of. It's going to bring it in, go off on a new journey. It's going to bring in stability. And then also the Four of Swords is an energy of healing, going on something new, and just going towards something that may seem foreign, or I'm hearing giving up on a connection, or giving up on something that you really invested in, and it's really hard to leave. And in doing that process, it's really going to be really healing for you and really self-empowering. I'm going to get just like a final piece of advice. I'm going to wrap this up. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to throw it across the room. I just picked it up in the upright, but it came up in the reverse. This card in the upright's about conflict, and I'm feeling like, as an advice, this advice, the advice is to come at the situation in not a combative way. Try to come at it in a way that you know isn't going to start an argument, and any kind of combative energy you're feeling with a departure or a separation or going off on new will be lessened. Okay, can I get 2 more cards of advice? Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This can represent, pages can represent children, but it can represent a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Pages is kind of an immature energy, and with it in the reverse, it's probably kind of a childish energy. It could be childish around spending. Maybe be careful of maybe a child's spending habits, or an earth sign energy that's kind of immature when it comes to finances. The Three of Swords is here, which is indicative of heartbreak. So that may be current, or I'm feeling like it's almost past, like there's a lot of heartbreak that's around the situation. King of Cups is about being emotionally available and using your emotional intellect and approaching the situation. And this came out in the reverse. The Seven of Swords in the upright is about deception, and it came out in the reverse. So what I'm feeling with that means is whatever deception you weren't aware of is come to light. But I am feeling like there may be something you don't know the full extent of that's yet to be revealed, or maybe some things have been misrepresented to you with that heavy moon energy and the moon coming out in the Hollow Valley deck of symbols. But the main advice is to remain emotionally open and understand that you're dealing with some immature energy or somebody that's maybe coming from a very selfish perspective when it comes to finances, and it may cause some heartbreak. But your best option is to approach the situation in an emotionally available manner and not with conflict. Okay. Thanks. Have a good night.